Good morning, everybody. This is Doug here at Greenlid Enterprises, here with our bull herd. So there's a few breeding bulls in here, and then the rest of these are 2024 bulls, yearlings, which I'm keeping at the banana farm. I've decided on bringing them to the Lucerne field, mostly because the Lucerne has had a disease. We did spray for it a few weeks ago, fungicide, try and remedy that, but also I think we planted too much chicory when we put the Lucerne in, so it's probably being out competed. Anyway, so I just thought, well, let me see what happens if we graze it right down. I want them to get it, like, almost take off everything, and then put some water back. And I am putting water here. This year we're getting better Zesco. At the moment I think we get about 9 or 8 hours a day at least, which is plenty for the bananas and a bit spare to put here. And I have my little banana nursery here, which I'm repotting from smaller bags into fertilizer bags so that they can sit through the winter in this greenhouse where it'll be a bit warmer. So they need water, and the way I'm doing that at the moment is using the rain gun every couple of days. So that's irrigating this piece of Lucerne anyway, and then if there's extra power or time, then we move down the field. This is about 3 hectares of, maybe 3.5 hectares of Lucerne and chicory. So I thought, yeah, this herd is on this farm. They're on grass alone, and so now they're here. The first idea yesterday was to bring them for like an hour in the afternoon, but they didn't seem too interested in the Lucerne and chicory. So my herdsman suggested we bring them in the morning when they're hungry. It's now about 11:30 in the morning. So they've had most of the morning on here, and you can see the difference. Yesterday they were hardly touching anything, and now you can see it's clean here. There's a few patches of stuff still there, and I'm sure if we move the wire a little bit, they'll just snack up everything. I don't mind too much about the trampling either. Yeah, it's all good. So these bulls, young bulls, the 2024s, they all are for next year's feedlot. So they just stay on grass. We could put them, I definitely have enough mashanga to have them that side at the other farm, maize, mashanga or stover, but I just wanted to keep one herd on this farm for security reasons and for firefighting, and just to have a presence walking around the farm basically. And then I also believe it's quite good for them to survive on grass. Okay, so this obviously is very lush, beautiful feed for them, but what I want it to be is just used as a supplement. So they graze most of the day on the grass, and then when they come here they just get a small piece, because the 3.5 hectares I sort of want it to last 30 days, so that by the time we reach day 30 at the bottom of the field down there, then this side where they've grazed hopefully will be ready to graze again. Because I don't want to change their diets too much. You know, even now bringing them on here, their stomachs are going to have to get used to this. They're probably going to have very runny manure for a day or two, although it doesn't look so bad yet. But don't forget they only came on here 12 hours or so ago. The manure looks alright for now, but yeah, and that's another, we want the manure here fertilizing these plants. So we do have also in this herd, they're coming to say hello, our 2 oxen, Forward and Jembo, and then we're in the process of training another 2, this black one, and there is a Brahman type one, probably that one at the front there. So those are the 2 which we'll train with our 2 other oxen. We use them a lot in the bananas, but we hope to use them more and use them for feeding and things. This field, we weren't getting Zesco much last year, so I think that also is playing a part on why the Lucerne is not doing so well. It didn't have enough water in the dry season, and then when the rain comes it brings all the diseases and stuff, so the Lucerne was not doing well. I think it'll jump up now with a bit of cold weather, hopefully. I mean, it's still very hot in Makushi. I was sweating yesterday just walking around here, so hopefully some cold weather will be on the way and it'll grow better with the irrigation, but we'll see. My idea at the start of the season was that I was going to convert this area into a feedlot, and I still can do that. Once we wean the cows, I didn't breed our 10-year-old plus cows. Anything that was 10 years old or older did not go to the bull this year. It's not a big number, but there's a few, and so I'd start a small feedlot in here, because I don't have the resources myself to feed like Matile Estates. They have their own maize for feeding and things. I would have to buy everything, but hopefully if we made a mobile feedlot on this Lucerne Chicory, they'd get quite a lot of nutrition just from that, and then top it up with some maize bran mixed with sunflower cake or something, and still hopefully make a bit of money. Even if it's not much extra money, at least it is would bring in a sort of a routine, a cash flow for planning purposes. Yeah, so there are a few breeding bulls in here. Scary thing is you can hardly see them mixed in amongst the 2024 bulls, but yeah, we've decided to go the Angoni route. So yeah, they're not big animals, and once our cow herd is down, then we can start crossing with larger framed animals, borons and tulis, and get the bigger terminal products for beef, but keep our cow herd nice and small, easy to maintain in our tough environment. Some people think it probably looks easy in Makushi, but yeah, we have high disease and pest pressure in the rainy season, and then a very long dry season with not much nutrition in the bush, and that can be seen by looking at the cow herd, which has gone onto the maize stover. They were not picking up any condition in the bush, even though it looked beautiful, lovely grasses, multiple species of things. They were just sitting still. Now they've gone onto the maize stover, corn stalks for our American friends. They have picked up weight almost immediately. They're looking nice and plump, and yeah, they'll be fine. So without that, it would be a different story in my herd without that maize stover. But breeding most of the cows to Angoni bulls, I hope to rectify a few fertility issues that we've had in the past, and yeah, just keep a smaller cow herd, just maybe more numbers, and focus on kgs per hectare produced, rather than on kgs per animal, which is what a lot of people do at the moment. And that's why a lot of Zambians keep on asking me why I'm not using Brahman, why I'm not using Bonsmara. And I don't have anything against people who use those, especially in southern province where there's ample grass and nutrition. I just think for the Makushi bush, if they worked, there would be many farmers ahead of me. The older generations would be farming with Bonsmara, Brahman, but they're not. They're all on boron, and I think even the boron under good management is fine, but under bad management or adverse nutritional grazing, then I think the Angoni will do better. And the butcher, I still have a market for Angonis. Maybe not all butchers would like smaller carcasses, but yeah, at the moment I can sell them very easily. So this guy 2460 is a Sussex. Look at all the hair, but he's not even a year old. So that's that probably one day that's what we'll be doing, crossing the Angoni cows with a Sussex cross bull. Something like, I do have one Sussex cross bull that I've kept because he doesn't get the long hair. So compare this bull, who's not even a full Sussex. His mother was Boron cross Sussex, so he's got lots of hair. And then next to him is it's only a year older, is another breeding bull. Sorry, I'm just trying to get in here. So this guy is a 2023 born, so he's just over 2 years old. He keeps his condition well. He hasn't been sick. We haven't treated him with any antibiotics or anything. He hasn't had eye problems. He's got a nice condition, nice body, and a nice factory down below. So the idea would be to get something like that onto the Angoni cross cows. And even this guy, he's got Angoni blood in him, but we think the farm that we got him from used Simmentaler at some point. So he'll also throw some off types and things. His sheath's not very great. I didn't notice that during buying them, but I also couldn't get close to these bulls when they were bought. Like here I'm standing 2 meters, 1 meter, and then he starts to walk a little bit. He is not running away, but when I bought him I couldn't get within about 50 meters of him. But he had like a nice low bulk that I could see that he was carrying quite a lot of beef on a smallish frame if you compare him to the oxen. And even this is a 2024. He's not tall, but he carries quite a lot of meat, so that's why I chose him. So him onto Angoni cross cows, that should produce something quite nice for the butcher. Anyway, I've talked about things that I hadn't even planned on. I was going to tell you my life story, how we started the business and how we got to where we are today. Don't worry, there's nothing too exciting there. Just a few people were inquisitive, so I thought I would do it through a video, but then I ended up finding stuff to talk about. So if I come back to the herd tomorrow and they're grazing here, oh, he's opened up, I will talk about that. Anyway, let's probably just look at these animals grazing for one more minute. Maybe I'll just shut up, but I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and your comments. I like interaction, so if you've got questions, if I can help you with anything, I don't know everything, but I like trying to figure things out. I can maybe help you. Post them below in the comments. Beautiful, love it. And so we won't supply them any other supplements, no salts, no sunflower cake. Hopefully they get the minerals out of this lush foliage, and hopefully I can keep it going so we're not changing their diet.